Yeah.
Are we on?
Yes, we are on.
What? Oh, my
Yeah.
stream is being stupid. Hello, watchers, runners, and gods of the time stream. Check to your left to see if there's any dragon's breath coming your way. Dodge to the right to make sure there's no spear hitting your face. Secretly grab a chair, conjure a table, and join us to talk all things the dungeon run. Oh, let me fix that. Cool. So before we get started today, as Julie Chen would say, but first, I want to give some couple of announcements today. I'm so excited about today's episode because we have not only the Candle Queen as one of our beautiful guests, but we have that gamer share on today. It is basically ladies' night here on the Watch Party. Also, I wanted to finally and preparedly talk about our contest, the Watch Party contest that we are having to promote the world of Ein. We've gotten some really good submissions so far, and I'm excited to see more of them. We are in our last week for submissions, but there is still time. So even though it's running out, there is still time. So as a reminder, this contest is open to everyone. You can create a mock advertisement of anything, a person, an ad, a song, a video, a drawing. I'm sad that no one submitted a jingle quite just yet, so I'm hoping for a little jingle before it ends. And just for fun, I like competition, so as an incentive, the top 3 ads will receive amazing prizes, like artwork from JD Illustrated, from Grain. We have minis from Ron's store. We have some Dungeon Run swag. I can talk, guys. So yeah, you have up until Sunday, August 9th to submit something, and I hope you all do because it's exciting, and I'm really excited about the ones that we have had. The other thing that I wanted to announce before we really got into this episode is this is a very sad one, and there's a very sad romance whose candle flickered out today. But I want to remind everybody that there are still active star-crossed lovers and a lot of romance in the world of Ein. And I know some of you are real romantics. So I kind of want to take some time to talk about a relationship in Ein that is still kicking and still has a flickering candle. Ertenfurt number 2. Cut.
I am not a fan. I am the fan.
Oh.
Do you think I'm Whitebeard's type, guys? Can Jeff confirm what kind of type Whitebeard has?
Well, Failwaffle.
Failwaffle is on a hot date but sends her love. That is glorious. I am happy for her.
This may surprise you guys, but I think I'm genuinely in love with Whitebeard.
Whitebeard will do nothing but hurt you, find your family, and punish you. And he will do it while smiling.
I know there's some people that have a secret love affair with Whitebeard. Sorry, sister.
Should we kill Whitebeard?
Frickin' Civ's first question is, should we frickin' kill Whitebeard? I'm so stressed out that Civ is actually gonna convince the freaking party to kill Whitebeard, and I'm stressing.
If I'm gonna go crazy, I'm definitely taking that man with me.
Is he gonna kill Whitebeard? Is he gonna do it? Oh my god, why is my heart not beating? Is he gonna kill him? My heart can only take so much. I'm putting all my money on Whitebeard.
Countered by a Failwaffle via Grimfaded. I can suspect why.
Yeah, I can only assume.
I'm countered by Failwaffle via Gorbinblade.
That one.
Standing by my man. That's what a woman gotta do.
Sorry, Phil Waffle. I know how much you love Whitebeard.
Leave, he's gone. He's gone. Sid is not my friend right now.
The only thing I'm more terrified of than Whitebeard is if I ever truly anger you.
Oh my freaking god!
Greatest romance ever, if you ask me.
Oh.
One that is very forgotten, but the candle, y'all, is still flicking.
Do you notice in most of those cut to Fail Waffle and I scenes, I don't look like I care much about what she's
You
having
look
to say about
so
Whitebeard?
unamused.
I'm so unamused by it. You poor thing.
As Farron said, that was amazing. I think you just won your own contest. I wish if someone else was hosting the contest, that would have been my submission. Thank you, Corbin Plate, for helping me put that together. I just, Sid has been rubbing me the wrong way, and he will not stand in the way of our relationship.
Oh,
Anyway,
my
that
gosh.
was exciting. So to today's episode, Whitebeard's amazing. I think that's a good way to start. After that, Whitebeard's great, and I'm in love. This episode for me was very intense. I got very emotional. I think that this episode overall had a lot of action. It had a lot of suspense. The pacing was good. The characters' decisions that we're making were very on par to their characters and their development. It never got stale. Honestly, Jeff said he was shooting for a 7.5. I think he undershot. I give this episode a solid 8 out of 10 malls. I really thought it was good.
Hey, I also give it an 8 out of 10 malls. I definitely think that this was in the top 3 of my favorites of all the different battles they've had thus far. I agree with you. The pacing was wonderful. The different maneuvers that each different character used in order to accomplish certain tasks and to think forward in the battle, like different kind of strategies, offense, defense, all those different kinds of things. And they worked well with each other. There were a couple of hiccups in there, but for the most part, it was almost a flawless battle on their end. And I think that was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, definitely at least an 8 out of 10 on malls.
Yeah. Ron says in chat that an 8 out of 10, what was all that bickering for? Yes, Ron, I will get there. I had a lot of emotions this episode, and it actually took me a whole solid week to process. It really did. I think way too much about the show. So to start, I want to say that for someone who loves villains, and thanks Kaz Farron for my defend villain lawyer card, I will say I hated the Nameless Few Assassins. Jeff successfully made me hate a villain, which made the battle more intense for me. I wanted nothing more than to see these guys done.
So what was it that you hated about them?
They're brutal. They were horrible. They, as Jeff pointed out several times, they have no. They were just murder.
I think we have lost her a
machines.
little bit.
There was nothing to them, and they caused. But yeah, I was really attached to Chobron, and that did it for me. Not to mention they're attacking my man's boat. They just tried to take a wife and her son. I hated them. I really hated them. I wanted nothing to do with them. I wanted them to burn. And so that made the battle really emotional for me. And so that was the first thing that was intense for me. But Choron dying was so traumatic for me. But let's talk about the battle stuff. I want to
Right.
dive into the battle a little bit because 100% agree with everything you said. I thought that every little thing that happened in this battle was so entertaining. And I'm not going to lie, I am one of the people who it takes more for a battle to get higher scores for me, just because I'm more of a story driven person. Not that battles aren't great, but this battle was on it. From Civ's sly remarks, from it looks like we're dancing, I think I should lead. I mean, from every tiny little thing, he was
All in
on
the
par.
details.
Yeah, James was so. You could tell James was also ready to kill something. The way that he was just like, bring it, and the way that he had no problem getting in these guys' faces. I think it was the first time James was. He was not scared, even though maybe he should have been. Maybe he was deep down, but it was not showing. Um, I also loved how the team cohesively worked together, with Lily giving Bart inspiration while doing damage with her spirit guardians, while Fahima did a great job at keeping one of the nameless few completely incapacitated 90% of the battle. I mean, it was. I've really enjoyed every little tiny thing from this battle, even the name from the little things like the nameless few saying like fools, and the little Mickey remarks were just amazing. And yes, Ron, no healing, which has made it more intense. I was starting to get into it too, like this in my screen. The 10th time Ugo called out wanting healing, and just how
Yeah.
serious that he was, and
I think
it was really good.
definitely Lily was really wanting to try and do some offensive stuff. You can tell that she was just trying to move forward in that kind of a development for battles and stuff, because in their previous battle that they had to deal with on uh, the Viscount, she had to actually do quite a bit of offense there. She had to help keep Fahima safe and stuff while Fahima was almost entirely down. So Civ has given her that crossbow to give her an ability to not just have to use spell slots, but also to be able to fire a piece of, just be able to fire something. And so it was, I think that was really great for her. But at the same time, honey, you're the healer. Like, you got to do the healing. If you're going to try and take on something else, you need to learn a balance here. And I think this fight really showed that she is capable on both ends now. She is very capable. She's got a tremendous, awesome spell, Shatter. She can, her beer mugs were just having a party, beating these nameless few left and right and up
They
and
couldn't
down.
hold their liquor.
They could not hold their liquor. And so, like, she was doing a fantastic job with the offense. But, honey, you're still the healer. Ugo has the ability to do some healing, and Fahima has a last resort kind of a heal. And she was going to try and come down and help Ugo, but Fahima, if she came down from her crow's nest, she could have gotten potentially very, very hurt as well. So they were spaced out just very well all over the ship and in good places and stuff. But I think that was kind of the weak point, was Ugo needed the healing, but I mean, he was dealing damage, but he was actually one of the least damage dealers from my looking at it. I mean, I could be entirely wrong. Someone can totally correct me on this, but I think
I don't do
Lily and James were the top two damage dealers out of the whole business, and that's the first kind of a thing. So kudos to them, but we got to also remember your exact roles. I mean, Ugo takes a lot of the hits. He did his role. That was great. Civ does all his flourishing stuff, and man, he did it beautifully. I loved how he jumped over the cannon and was able to just basically dance around this nameless few guy. He also dodged out of the way from a cannonball perfectly. And so all these different really nifty things. Fahima's good at shooting the fire arrow. She's really great at doing stuff from afar. And so they worked really well together. I think that was just a little nick in the whole thing, the whole scheme of things, was we got to have that healing there, or else you're going to lose your tank, and then everything will go down from there.
Possibly, but I mean, no, you're right. You're right. But I mean, as someone who usually notices those things, I guess I was so in it. I think that this is also, again, I think Lily, I think her character was really showing. She was mad. She's so upset with everything that's going on. I think Lily, too, for the first time, she was ready for battle. She was
Yes.
mad. And a lot of people in chat were pointing out the fact that her amazing uh, insults of ding dong and ding bad, and Lily was ready to play. Yeah, she was. She was ready to play, and yeah, maybe healing wasn't on her mind. She just clearly wanted to cause some pain there. Um, we cannot talk about the end of this battle without mentioning my man. Um, I was really bummed that he wasn't going to be in the battle, but I got over it really quickly because Jeff and the map room really did have so many minis already to take care of. So I totally understood him not being in the battle, but role playing wise, he let me have it, and he Whitebeard kicked ass, and he handled one of the nameless few on his own. He defended his ship,
Yeah.
not boat. He
Yeah,
defended
you
his
take
ship.
a look at what Ugo was doing. Ugo threw a guy off the board and off the deck of the ship, and so Whitebeard was like, "I can do that too." It wasn't his idea initially.
I don't think I don't think it's a creative idea to toss someone overboard. I'm pretty sure as a pirate, he's experienced that and had that idea in his head for a very long time. So I don't think it was a shocking. Oh wow! I never would have come up with that one. I think Whitebeard was just mad and wanted him off of his ship. I loved it. I was in it. Go Whitebeard. I do want to take some time to talk about the conversation. The conversation. I can talk about this conversation for half an hour, so I will try not to do that. I was very emotional. Chilron was one of the few characters that I really felt for. Which conversation, Fimic? I'm talking about the one at the end after the battle, where they used the liquor of the dead to talk to Chilron. So the conversation was between Chilron, James, and Ugo. I don't know. My first reaction was I was very angry. I was very angry. The whole conversation rubbed me the wrong way. These are my initial thoughts, so hear me out. That rubbed me the wrong way. I was very upset. Chilron just. I really feel that Chilron embodies more of life is pain than Jorel does. Nothing ever went right for him.
Yes,
He was
agree.
yes, he was the definition of a tragic story. What rubbed me the wrong way at first, besides already being depressed from everything that just took place, but he was talking about how, first of all, I thought it was a little okay that Chilron just out of nowhere was like, "You guys did your best, and I'm going to give you all the information you want," after everything that's happened, and them failing not to protect his family. That aside, uh, Ugo basically telling Chilron that one day I will return your son to you really, really hit a sore spot for me. And my initial reaction was, oh my God, Ugo, what are you doing? Let the man rest in peace. Like, this poor guy, even in death, he can't have like a peaceful moment. However, I did bug Ron a little bit and was like, Ron, walk me through this because I'm too emotionally distraught right now. And he did. And I felt much better after talking to him. And he explained that, one, the afterlife is something that Ugo views as the next step, like a good, peaceful step. It's not a necessarily an inherently sad thing. It's just the next phase in life. And it's like an honor to go there. So thinking of it more in that perspective, I was like, okay. And then he's not wrong. He was saying how in battle, which I do forget very often actually, is the fact that in battles, his spirit guardians, his ancestors are constantly on the battlefield helping him and guiding him. And Ugo is no stranger to talking to spirits, and he's always been very open with them. That's kind of his relationship with them. So when he just straight up said that to Choron, he was just following what Ugo does when he talks to the dead. Not to mention, in Ugo's perspective, by saying and he was going to end Choron was basically, or saying he was going to end Yan Mo and bring him back to Choron was basically him saying, I'm going to end your son's pain and bring him back to you. Very,
That makes a lot more sense
yes,
now.
right? Very
'Cause-
traumatic and
Yeah,
sad. but
I agree
it
with you.
makes
The
sense.
initial part of it, I was like, this dude's had a really tough life. Like, literally, he found the love of his life while working with his peers, and it was a forbidden love. And they ended up having a son, and all they've done is just run from everything. And they've got nothing but pain out of all this, even while being helped by this party. He's been stabbed, he's been put in shackles, he has not been trusted this entire time. Understandably, he was pretty vague, but he was vague because he was trying to keep his family safe and keep
Yeah.
their secrets safe. So this dude has had a terrible life all the way up to the point, like ever since he met his wife or Bao Zhai. It's been a sucky life for this dude. So a lot of us probably view, going into the afterlife as you are no longer burdened with this world kind of a thing. So why should have Ugo burden him with even more information saying, I'm going to take your son out? Okay, dude, let him rest peacefully. But in the mind of Ugo, that makes an awful lot of sense because possibly in this world, the spirits help guide others. And so Ugo's giving him some information to, if his quest is not finished with helping others in this world, to help his son, maybe he can help guide his son even more. So in a way, it is what the information you just now gave me actually has made me less upset over that conversation. But it's still, should he have rested or should he continue on with his journey? Because he's wanting to rest with his wife forever here. He's going to go try and find her. You never know. Have we lost you again?
No.
No? Oh,
Can you
there's
see
Steve
me?
again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can see you, can hear you.
Yay, internet! Bye, Faye Waffle. No, I'm here. I promise. I'm here. Yes, I agree with you. I think talking to Ron really helped. Like I said, it didn't make me feel better, but my nerves were. I was less distraught. I did want to say a little bit about James. I think James was still definitely on his fiery kick of just anger and frustration. I found it interesting that in that exchange, while Ugo was in his mind being sympathetic and compassionate and trying to send Choron off in a peaceful manner, I love how James was, I guess, trying to do the same thing.
Yes,
But
in James's manner.
he straight up said that
He's going to find.
like he straight up said that he was going
this
to
weapon and he's going to use it against Bao Zhai. Not Bao Zhai. The
Shazam Gao
Gao.
treasure against him.
I think that was kind of I think he had way too much adrenaline in his system from having a wonderful fight that went in his favor in so many ways, as well as being pissed off at so many different things that have happened to the party and what's been going on and everything. So I think he just basically was like, you know what? I'm just going to say it. We're going to take him out. Because he's feeling good about himself. He's feeling good about how the party has been and how things are progressing and stuff. And great for you, but you don't know, sir. You really don't know what you're going to find in the mantle. And you don't know what this weapon is necessarily and how to use it. There's probably a good reason why the Shaz and Gal themselves are afraid to use this thing.
Oh yeah, and I think I don't think James really thought that one through. I think he was just in the moment. I agree with you,
Yeah.
but I thought that was
sometimes
pretty
I think.
presumptuous to say that that's what was going to happen, knowing that it's in a vault right now and the current time. It was interesting. I also want to point out a comment from Vegan Dracula, which I don't want to jack your name, I'm sorry, who was like, basically just don't marry a princess, the drama. True, but I still feel like Chilron was one of those people that was just always destined to have a really bad life. Yes, and Ron in chat says Chilron knows Ugo's relationship with the spirits, and I think I agree with that. And I thought that was very
Okay.
clear when Chilron said,
You're an honorable orc.
"You're an honorable orc." Exactly. Yes, and I think that Chilron maybe even took a second to realize that, like, process what he just said. But I do think that Chilron understood what Ugo meant. I really do. Love and learn, Waffle. But just the fact that he ended that whole conversation with Chilron saying, "I was the one who messed up again and again." It was just so depressing. Overall, a really, 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 really good episode. Yeah, I gave it a solid 8. I thought the battle was amazing. I think the fact that the episode made me think and reflect and sit in my feels for a whole week says a lot. I think it says a lot about the work that Jeff put in and the work the cast put in. And 8 out of 10 malls. It was really good. Finishing thoughts?
Well, we didn't even talk about how, like, the specifics of how awesome James was and the boat ramming into, like, all that part of the battle. Because I want to say that I thought it was really great that James was thinking ahead and going, we need to have Armor of Agathis on here. And so he puts that on himself, and it helped so many times. I think that's probably why his amount of damage went up in a battle compared to other battles. It was because of Armor of Agathis. It's pretty awesome, stinking awesome armor spell. As well as I thought it was really a really innovative idea to put the Hunger of Adar on the bow of the ship. I mean, he just saw that 2-shot Nameless Few had jumped over from the other ship after getting rammed, and just jumping over on the other ship and thinking, you know what? We need to have some sort of defense. We need to have some sort of shield going on. What kind of barrier can I come up with? Hunger of Adar is my thing. So he puts that out there. Ain't nobody's going to be smart enough to go through that thing. So that was a really brilliant move on his end. Also, it does damage to the ship. Acid and cold damage. I mean, fabulous. That is a wonderful idea. So I think that really saved their butts throughout this whole battle. And Fahima starting to think about, maybe I need to do some damage to this ship as well by doing this fireball to the mast and saying, we need to slow this booger down because we can't outrun this thing. There's no way. So what are you going to do? Take out its main propellant. Brilliant idea. Now, ramming into a ship that you just lit on fire, that's another issue that you got to worry about, putting out a fire. But, you got to go with what you can work with. And so I think that was a really good team play on both Fahima and James, with the 2 mages able to do that. And I also think the Armor of Agathis was a pretty cool idea, because after a couple of times of the Nameless Few hitting on James and going, he actually hurts a lot when we hit him. Maybe we should leave him alone. And so that's why they started hitting on Ugo. I mean, that was really good team play right there.
You're not wrong, and I can't believe we didn't talk about the freaking ship thing, because that was brilliant. I also loved it. I knew these assassins were up to no good. The whole freaking live show, the parts I did catch because Spectrum is annoying, and apparently they're still annoying, was when I was thinking the whole time, don't set the ship on fire. Don't set the ship on fire. They're going to use it against you. And when she did, and they were like, oh, we're going to take it and ram it in the boat, I was like, these assassins are ruthless. They don't care. And the fact that, yes, like everything you said, the fact that James was so on it this episode. The Hunger of Adar was perfect. The fact that they liberated that ship was perfect. It was awesome. And yes, his armor, which I kind of talked a little bit about, just because he was not afraid to be in their faces, which was because of the armor. But yeah, the ship was awesome. Everything about it was awesome. The team really did a good job at being very well balanced. They
Yes.
they were awesome at it. They were awesome at really working together. There hasn't been too many battles where they've been so cohesive, and I think this is one of them. They did an amazing job.
Right.
And that ship, give it to the map room, not only for the water, but I was met
Oh
by the
my
fire.
gosh, that map room. Wow, you guys are freaking boss. That was beautiful. All the things that you guys did yet that day was just
Yeah,
fireworks. If I could make them happen, need special effects, man behind the scenes, fireworks.
yeah, and speaking of good water, uh, can we show a clip of a drawing that JD Illustrates did not too long ago in honor of our poor children?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes. I don't know what is it with you guys doing very well. I don't know. Water is very mesmerizing. Um, but yeah, it was an amazing episode. See what I mean? Like every time we take 10 seconds, there's always something else to mention.
Exactly. This was
Yeah.
a really great episode. I'm even considering moving it almost up to a 9. Considering
Oh,
it.
well, let's not go that far. But it was really good. I think Jeff definitely undershot. It was a solid 8 for sure. Not many. I have very little complaints about it. It's or things that didn't hit me. I thought it was beautiful from start to finish. Emotionally draining, but it was great. It was really great. Any other thoughts that you want to throw out? Because clearly, again, I'm in my feels, and you're thinking about the whole episode, and
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, my main thing, like what I really liked about this episode was just the battle in general. Like I enjoyed the conversations. And I do appreciate that James took a moment to see if Choron was actually dead and try and do spare the dying. But I feel like that was mentioned beforehand, so that kind of was a waste of a turd. But I can appreciate that James would take a moment just to check on somebody that they have been working with and, actually somewhat caring about. That spoke to me a little bit going, okay, maybe they do actually care about Choron because sometimes I feel like they didn't care much about Choron. I think that moment really checked in, at least for James on that one.
it wasn't James's fault. He clarified. He was like, "So Choron's dead, right?" And it was Jeff who was like, "Oh, I don't know. You have to check." But he did clarify he was dead earlier. But he made it so suspicious. He got all of our hopes up for no reason at all. He
Yeah.
just wanted to take an extra knife stab. I thought what James did was really cool, and I thought it was what he would do. Not only as a player, because Jeff was, I'm sorry, if someone says, "Oh, I don't know, you're going to have to check," that implies that maybe he's not dead for me. And
Yeah.
James, too. I think James really would have taken that time to see if he could help. So it was, he just wanted to take another knife stab at me. And it was weird. But it was
Taking
good.
things so personal, Phil Awful. Stop doing that.
I have a lot of emotions.
Ah, I am curious. I cannot wait until we get to Uchalos Voy and Uchalos Way on top of the mantle. I am very curious what all that's going to entail and what creatures are they going to come up with in the mantle because it sounds like they're pretty wild and they think for themselves. So we might see some interesting characters come out of this, and I'm very, very intrigued by this.
Oh, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. I think there's going to be a lot in store for us at the mantle. I think Jeff has a lot in store. I'm very excited to meet more Tritons, if anything.
That would be also very cool.
Which I think we will. I think we're gonna meet a lot of Tritons. It's gonna be sad, but we'll see. Yeah. So episode great. We loved it. We're usually not in agreement all the way, but I think we're solid in agreement, girl. Give me a high five. I don't know what side you're on.
Oh, other way.
Okay.
Bam.
All right. There we go. Yeah. Jeff, cast, crew, map room, you did amazing. And speaking of people who do amazing job on this show, I want to take a moment to introduce, not only is this person a beautiful individual, but they do so much for the show. We have turned them into a freaking goddess as if she wasn't one already. Everybody, can you welcome the Cancel Queen herself?
Hey!
I'm so
How are
excited.
you?
I'm so nervous.
Oh, don't
Why
be.
are
We're
you
we're
nervous?
just fans like you are.
I'm usually behind the camera for stuff like this, so this is my first time doing anything similar to this.
Oh,
I
well,
know,
thank
and I
you.
want you to know that we appreciate it. And it's like we kind of discussed. It's important to try to take baby steps and stepping out of your comfort zone.
Thank you. Jess also on the side bribed me with like 100 potatoes, so I'm very excited for all of that.
You know, that's a lot of
I
French
did.
fries.
Or
Well, that's
tater
what took
tots.
so long. Morgan actually added us because I told her that I would give her the perfect potato made by candlelight. And so it took a long time to bake the potato with the candle, but it happened and she's here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do on the show?
Yeah. While I work behind the scenes, I primarily run the Dungeon Run's social content. Back when we were in the studio, I was also helping with production in terms of setting props and helping the cast and Jeff with whatever they needed. During the show, I would also help bring in maps and props and the candles. And most recently, I have been working on our virtual map room.
It's been a wonderful project. You guys have really
Thank
really
you.
gone above and beyond with that. That's amazing.
Thank you. It's not just me. So I have a cohort. There's 4 of us in the map room. We have a really great, talented supervising producer. So he'll coordinate with Jeff every week about what we need to prep for. And then we have another producer who actually goes in and customizes the minis and animates them. And he throws his own spin on everything. So every single animation or color or whatever you guys see, it's his choosing to add those details because he really knows how to enhance the show and enhance our experience. And then on Thursdays, myself and 2 other producers, or sorry, Wednesdays, myself and 2 other producers will jump in and we'll sort of coordinate who is manipulating the camera angles, who is manipulating the special effects, so we have the magic spells ready, and then who is manipulating the minis, which is usually me. So I'm usually the person touching like all of our little minis, and you guys can't hear the sound effects I make, but I like doing little like boop boop boops when I move them.
Oh my
across
god!
the map.
Can we get like a bloopers reel or something like that of behind the scenes of you doing that? That would be
I'll
so
try.
cool.
I'll work on it. Jess and I have talked about the map room before, but she knows one of the funniest behind the scenes is before I had more space in this office that I'm currently in, I was very limited. So I used to sit on the ground on Wednesday nights with my headset on because we use virtual reality software for everything. And I was sort of just roll around on the ground to be able to have space to move everywhere because it just seems the most natural to me. And it totally came in handy when like Civ decided, or Jared first decided to take Civ off the map, because I was like, okay, this is my chance. And I sort of just like crawled over to the other side of the room and like moved him with me.
Oh, so you're actually acting out these different things in a kind of in a way, or are you actually like picking up like a peg or something and turning it around?
I'm actually acting it all out. So whatever you guys are seeing in the map room, without giving away too much, is completely virtual. Like there is nothing in my space right now that is anywhere near what you see in the map room. It's all through a virtual reality headset.
I was totally thinking it might have been like a virtual block that you just kind of in midair pick up and then just turn it over or something like that. This is even cooler. Like I can only imagine all the funny moves that you guys have to do.
It's so insane. Jared is especially the person who tests me out the most every week, because he'll be like, I'll spin over this guy and then hand leap over this guy and then do 17 somersaults. Also, I'm going to go 100 feet off the map.
You're
Okay,
like,
fun. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The greatest thing about it is that within the software that we use, I have a chance to sort of manipulate my avatar. So I get to grow and shrink in size to make sure that I have the proper amount of space to move one mini, 120 feet over, or one mini 5 feet over. So the best experience I've had in the map room since was from the castle run, because I had to shrink very, very, very small to get those demonic babies onto the set. So, so imagine myself sort of just like shrinking and then being the same size as this baby. That's not only disgusting to look at, but it's twitching and animated. And then having to sort of like grapple that baby and like bring it over.
So cool. Yeah, it fascinates me what you do in that room for like no end. And the fact that still, Amanda, to this day, it'll be one of my favorite images, even though I know you fixed it now with your table, but you sitting on the floor, like, wait, I can do this, and stretching yourself a little bit. It's amazing.
I did go like 13 weeks doing that. So it's like a good little exercise.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's insane that the work that you do and the whole map does it really does sincerely get better every week too. And the work that you guys put into it, it's magical. It really is part of the magic on the show. And speaking of magic on the show, can you tell us a little bit about like the return of the secret rooms and how that works?
Oh yeah, I actually have a really fun personal work-related story about that. But we had been testing it out, and when I say we, I mean our wonderful like executive producers on the show. They're the ones who figured out how to do the map room. I was a part of all the tests, so I can actually vouch for the secret rooms when I say this. When someone enters the secret room through the workflow that we created, everyone else is not able to hear them or see them unless they have the stream up, which I don't think is often because they're already so engaged in what's happening in the show. Like you are left blind to whatever is happening in the secret room until you enter it yourself. So that was like, it was so much fun, but also being the social content manager for the dungeon run, that very Wednesday morning, someone tweeted at Jeff saying, "Hey, when do you think the secret rooms will come back?" And I lost my mind. I was so elated. I was so happy for them. And I was like, oh, this person has no idea what they're about to get. They're going to think it's all for them. And you know what? It might as well be. It was so much fun to like shock that one watcher, but everyone else too.
It's really exciting because I know no one will know this, but Beaker Par and I, because he was on the watch party the week before the secret room happened, and so after the watch party, him and I stayed up talking specifically about like when I think the secret room back. They just figured out we really want the secret room, and then same experience as that one watcher. I was like the secret room, so it was very exciting, and I love the way that you guys do it with like the flame and. And thank you for sharing, because like I told you before, I was so curious on like how it exactly worked and if they could hear each other. Like I don't know, but I'm so glad you guys figured out a way to bring that back.
Thank you. We're so excited it worked, and I'm sure Jeff is excited it ended with everyone in tears.
It was so good. I do want to. I want to ask you, we didn't discuss this yesterday, but I want to ask you, can you tell us a little bit about what it was like for you when the community kind of turned you into a goddess? No big deal. Like, how was all that experience for you?
It was crazy. It happened very early on. I think it was by like episode 7 when the moniker Candle Queen was made official. And then later on, Jeff took that and made it canon to Aang. But for me, whenever I think about the Candle Queen and being named the Candle Queen, I honestly just get the biggest appreciation for the watchers and the community, because the Candle Queen, regardless of how Jeff has spinned her story now and how Udo has embraced her and has pledged himself to her, the Candle Queen is 100% a creation of the watchers. And that in itself is a testament to just how great Jeff and our cast is. I think the very first time that the words Candle Queen or like Candle Lady or whatever got traction online was in the first 10 episodes. There was a moment where I brought tissues out to Katie Michaels because she was delivering a very powerful Lily scene. And I think when you guys, all of the watchers saw someone taking care of Katie, that's when they really embraced me as a person and then embraced me as a Candle Queen. So all of it is just a testament to how our 5 cast members have engaged you guys and have created these vulnerable, emotional, lovable, imperfect, but perfect characters, and how you guys have reacted to their decisions and their relationships and how Jeff has spun the entire story around them. So like Candle Queen is just a result of how strong this community is and how much this community loves those who take care of the beloved cast members.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, don't you can't forget, on top of everything you just said, which is 100% accurate, you can't forget how you just strolled on in, rolled a nat 20 and strolled on out. You can't-
Yeah, that was the moment for me to go, she's the queen. She's the queen. Bow down.
It was a total accident. We had no idea that was going to happen. Hence my strange, nonchalant walk off, because no one taught me how to celebrate. Like, it was completely like beside all of us that I would ever roll anything higher than a 2, let alone a 20, when it was my first time physically holding a 20-sided die. Like, I walked on too, and I don't know if the audio caught it. I was so confused and nervous. And Jared just sort of like handed me all of his dice. And I went, all of them? And he went, no, just one. I went, okay. And bam, it was 20. I gave him a high five because I thought that was appropriate. And then I shuffled off.
I'm not gonna lie, I could tell, but I think it's what made the moment better, because like even like you said, even after you rolled the 20, you were like, okay, that's good. Okay, guys, I have no idea what to do, and you were just like it made you look so much cooler because you're just so nonchalant about rolling a 20, and it's like, oh, that's cool. It was beautiful. You're so great. It was really funny.
I
But
forgot.
yeah, on top of all that, you literally just strode in like a boss, pretty much.
Thank you. It was just the nerves. If it wasn't for the ball, it would have been like a repressed memory by now.
Well, everyone in chat is saying wants me to tell you how much they love you and express their love for you. They're all saying now they want to give you high fives. Like everyone, this community really loves you. And it's again, I'm sure, I know we expressed it, but clearly the community is really, really, really happy you decided to come hang out with us today.
Thank you.
But we can't be all work and no play. So I did want to play a few little games with you today. For those of you, I'm pretty sure everybody knows this part just because even on the Discord, it has the rundown. You're under the rundown, but you do so much with the rundown also. You can't be on the watch party without being tested with a little bit of trivia.
Oh,
So
no.
you like trivia, you are correct. So I have 4 questions for you today.
Okay.
And let's see if you
Oh,
can
I'm
beat.
gonna exit this stream so I don't see chat. I want to be fair because
Yes, please.
Okay.
To be fair, I will be excited to see if chat can get these questions.
Are they hard?
Okay. I love the rundown, by the way. Clearly. Question 1. On the rundown, after Civ gave Lily the bracelet, what did Jared say he would do on his and Lily's first real date? What would he say he wanted to do?
Oh, that's so tough because I can just imagine Jared giving a Jared and a Civ answer. Write a song with her?
What'd you say?
Is it write a song with her? Write poetry with her? I feel like it's not that.
Nope. Do you know Ingrid, or are you cheating? You're cheating. I don't trust you.
Don't trust me.
It was, yes. He wanted to dance her.
Aww.
He wanted to dance with her.
I should have
Am I
known
here?
that. Yeah, you're here.
Well, you're
Oh, that would have been so
Yay.
cute for date. I want to see that. I want
I
to see
hate
little
Spectrum.
I want to see them dance. I want to see little gnome Lily like on his feet because she's so short and maybe she doesn't know how to dance to the specific dance he wants to dance to. I can imagine him like leading her. That would be really sweet.
Aw.
He was very specific about wanting to dance with her at the party that Winkbird was going to hold when they reopened. How cute is that?
Ah.
All right,
That's
you got me
adorable.
there.
All right,
with that
next question. Next one. On one of the rundowns, the comment of the day was to pick the best title for a romance novel. 2-pointer question for what was the winning comment and who was it by? Which watcher said it?
Romance novel. This was probably after
what
the
was the
shortness of
title of
breath
the
episode, huh? Yeah.
What is
I said this was probably after Jess got the shortness of breath book, huh?
Yes, it was.
I don't think I'll get the title. Was the person who suggested it? I'm just gonna yell a watcher's name out that I feel like is always saying great comments. Kaibuk?
I bet Kaibok would have loved to take that way. No, it was Witch Space.
Oh, okay. What was
And the book was A Warlock Sends Twice.
Oh, I remember
that's
that
good.
one now.
That's a good gift too that we have thanks to Dwarven Slade.
Yeah, and to be fair, no one in chat got it. So all your chat saying this is insanely hard. So probably maybe I'm the only one that just like repetitively remembers the rundown. I don't know, but you'll get this one. This is an easy one. Are you ready?
Oh God, I hope.
On the rundown, after the team met Dondo, Ugo said, "This is the first time Ugo has thought blank is not the wisest person. Who did he say? Well, he learned was not the wisest person." Oh, so check out that one. Okay, here's an easier one.
Was it Steve?
Yay!
Oh my God, I was about to say James.
No, hey, you got the right answer to me.
Ooh, okay.
See,
One on the board.
this is as usual the best question in trivia.
Okay.
On one of the rapid fire questions, the question that was asked to Jeff and Morgan was Whitebeard or Mervis? What did Jeff and Morgan answer?
I think they both answered Mervis.
You're wrong. Jeff said Whitebeard. Morgan said he hates them both, but I guess Mervis. It was basically the day that Jeff showed he was cooler than Morgan.
Got it. Okay. You stumped me with all of those questions, to be honest.
Well, I just figured, I had to bring a little heat for you. Hopefully, you're still not nervous. You got 1 out of 3.
No, it's good. Now I'm gonna study before the next one.
Yeah, I'm insane with trivia. I love it. You should always study before mine. And just so you know, the goddess of the Dungeon Room trivia got only half of them right too, so he got a lot of it wrong. So you're not alone. Those are hard questions.
They are hard questions.
Yeah, they were. But so that was in honor of your rundown shenanigans. I also want to give a shout out to your social media shenanigans. I want you to, I think it was the Twitter post 2 weeks ago, right?
Oh,
the one with the
team.
The team.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
I need you, Amanda, to tell me who your team is.
Okay, I've refrained from choosing a team so far because I try to not choose these or play in the brackets that we had a few weeks ago. Okay. I'll try to just do one from each category. That'll save me from doing really hard math right now. Hard math for me. I'll go James, Zanelka. Ooh. The Viscount. I want him to throw up on the world. Grammy Dumbledore obviously I need her in my team. And Loudmouth, current past Loudmouth with his tongue. So I would
Interesting. Okay.
I like the idea of the Viscount and Loudmouth in a room together, trying to out-weird each other.
It would be an interesting sight to see, that's for sure. That's for sure. I don't know if the Viscount would just eventually barf on Loudmouth. I'm not really sure how that would work. I don't know, but it would be fun to see. Can't believe you didn't say, Whitebeard. That's fine. It's fine.
It's okay.
Anyway,
it's not a requirement. Don't worry about it.
It's not a requirement. Before I stop torturing you, two more little games. I can't let you go without doing word association.
Okay.
Because it's fun. I also want chat to put in who they want to do word associations to, and I might screen some of them out. But we'll start easy. Well, hopefully they're all easy. They're your first thought. What
are we
comes to your
doing
mind?
one word or a phrase? Is a phrase okay?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay.
Sounds fun. I'll go.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said I'll go. I'll go Paladin.
Okay. Chilron.
I'm so sorry, but the first word was dead.
Cornus34 says meat.
Meat. Ooh, salsa. That's weird, I know. But,
No, it makes sense.
Really hot salsa, yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. No.
Torvald.
Oh. I mean, timid came to mind. I think I might just go with the food theme now, going forward for all these words. The
So I'll have to
salsa
pick
meat
one.
one was strange.
I'll have to pick one that's not food then.
Okay.
Whitebeard.
Taken.
Good
Best
choice.
answer ever. Oh, you can stay. Sorry. That's beautiful. Snake Master wants to know Gregorio.
The Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Should I imagine him playing Driligo?
That would not be a bad choice. I think that would be kind of interesting.
Thank you. Yeah.
Never pictured that, but now I think I can't picture that.
I can't help not seeing it. Forever
I
ingrained
love
in the
that one.
brain.
Your last two answers were amazing. I think I'm gonna say one more and then do our final question. Last one, Jeff Kanata.
A master.
Hey.
Legend. Genius. Greatness.
So true.
I miss the studio so much because I never realized how much I would miss being in the presence of just such a great mind like Jeff.
It's true. Yeah. The greatest master, the master dungeon run master. Like, how is that not the first word that comes in?
Yeah.
Before we let you go, I thought that it would be fun to not only get to know the Candle Queen, but a little bit about the Amanda behind the Candle Queen. So I thought we would end by doing In Truth and Alive.
Okay.
I have a feeling you like Yoda, or at least
I love Baby
the
Yoda.
Mandalorian.
I
out of the
just
way,
got this
that
a
way
few
we can all
weeks
see.
ago. Yeah, he's chilling. Should I go first, Jess?
If you're ready.
I think I am. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Snake Master. I'm a nerd for other things. Okay, so 3 statements. 2 of them are true. One of them is a lie. One.
Okay.
My lifelong dream is to own the best-selling orange marmalade jam that is infused with cannabis.
Okay.
2. When I was 10, I almost died aboard a Carnival cruise ship that hit a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay.
3. I have 0 tattoos, but I am planning on getting a Kobe Bryant tribute next month on my birthday.
Okay. I have my answer. I'll give Ingrid a couple seconds to think about it.
I have mine.
Okay. I feel like I know you a little well at this point. The 3 is false.
I
The
agree.
Kobe Bryant.
3. The tattoo.
3 is false. I currently have tattoos.
Yeah. No, I only knew it because I knew the other 2. I knew about the ship one. How do you forget that story?
Oh, when did I tell that?
A while ago. We'll talk later.
Oh no. Yeah, I almost died on a cruise ship.
Which is insane.
Which is very on brand for like the past week of episodes or content that's come out from the Dungeon Run.
Having flashbacks. Oh no, not again, not again.
I know, imagine being in that virtual reality set, seeing the water moving for 5
Oh.
hours and just thinking, man, remember when I almost died?
That's terrible.
I'm over it now. It
Ingrid,
was years ago.
are you prepared or ready to do one? Or do you not want to be put on the spot?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Me. Oh.
Only if you're prepared. But we don't have to put you on the spot,
Oh, are you gonna do one?
I guess. I feel
Okay.
like Emily wants me to do one.
Well, I'll go after you. How about that? So that way I can prepare a little bit.
Okay. Okay. My 3 potential facts are I have walked on my toes since I was 3 years old. Torvald was actually the first character I loved on the Dungeon Run, and I have a twin sister.
Oh.
Making you guys think, apparently.
I think I know which one is false or a lie. Vanderslice, are you ready?
I'm torn between 2 of them.
This is cool.
Because I think I know one already. I'm pretty sure. I know that number 2 is true. And so I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to go with number 3.
I think 1 is the lie.
Okay, tell me which one they are. I don't remember the order I told you.
Number 3 is the twin.
Walk on your toe, or that you've been walking on your toes.
Okay, you think that's false. And what about you, Ingrid?
Twin is false.
You're both wrong. Torvald was not the first character I fell in love with. I do have a twin sister, and I have had a nasty habit of walking on my toes since I was 3 years old. I can't break it. Like, I walk on my toes without thinking about it. It's horrible. Short people, it's really bad.
I felt like the twin sister thing was true because you said something last night that could have been a throwaway to throw me off really early, but you said something about your sister last night. So I was like, oh, she mentioned it. She set the traps for it 24 hours ago.
I promise you, I'm not that psychologically in your mind. All right, Ingrid, if you got one, and then we'll let the Candle Queen go. If you've got one.
So let's go with. Let's go with my favorite party member is James Quillis. My favorite color is purple, and my original hair color is blonde.
Okay, I got one.
Okay, I think I know which one it is.
Cool.
What is it?
Your favorite color is not purple.
I don't think you're originally a blonde.
Candle Queen is correct.
Ha! It's this. This gave me like new insight today.
Yeah. Actually, my absolute original hair color, what I was born with, was black hair. And then I've actually been every single natural hair color up until I was about 5. And then I finally settled on brown. And
Can I tell you how I sort of thought that was the answer? Or the wrong one? Because your eyebrows, which are, by the way, beautiful, don't look like they belong to someone who's originally blonde.
well, thank you. But I actually colored them in purple too.
Oh my god! Oh, they are beautiful. I can't see from the light. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it.
Hey, it gave you the right answer, so that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
so you got that. Good deduction, though.
Yeah. I'm now staring at you at a tiny phone, so she had an unfair advantage. I thought that was fun. Amanda, I really, really, really hope you come and hang out with us again sometime. And not only us, but again, the whole community truly loves the fact that you decided to step out and join us. And I hope it wasn't too bad.
No, this was so much fun. Like I said this to Jess yesterday, but I'm pulling from Ron's philosophy of pushing myself out of my boundaries to combat like anxious thoughts, just because I do feel so at home when I get to communicate with you guys in any manner, whether it's chat or through the YouTube premiere or even just through Twitter sometimes. Like, you guys are the kindest, most accepting, diversive, inclusive people ever. This community rocks. And like, all circling back to like who I can be in this community as Candle Queen is just because of you amazing people. So just thank you guys so much.
And we love you. And yeah, just like I told you last night, I think Ron is a very intelligent and wise human being, and we should all learn something from Ron. Like, he has given us so much knowledge, and I'm just so glad that he, subconsciously helped you do this. You're amazing. We love you.
Thank you.
To hang out part 2 coming eventually. We'll see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
and now
you.
finally,
Bye.
7 minutes after an hour, we're going to bring our last beautiful guest, who is also an inspiration to a lot of people, but an inspiration to me. I want to introduce that girl, that gamer girl, Cher. She's still here. Yay!
Hey, how are
Hey,
you?
hey.
Ladies, you are killing it tonight. I was loving those questions. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Thank you. I know I told you, I wasn't wrong. I told you we might be, a little late, but I'm glad you stuck with us, because I really want the community to be graced with your amazing presence too. How are you?
Oh, well, that you're very kind, and I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be with you guys.
So, Cher, one of the reasons why, on top of everything I already told you now and yesterday, I wanted you to come on here because you were one of the original members of this community. I know you've been watching since day one. You were one of the first 10 people to join the Discord. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about how you got into the show and all that good jazz?
Absolutely. Listen, first off, ladies, thank you for doing this show, because I feel like it's yet another way that we can communicate with each other and come together as a community. And to Amanda, aka Candle Queen, aka Production Goddess, already has mentioned, this is an awesome community. So when we come together, it's one thing for the production folks from the show to put something together to present to us. But when we, take it upon ourselves to, within the community, to put together shows like this and just have conversations with each other, that's just Bay for me. That's just so awesome. And I'll tell you, one of the first things that hooked me about this show was that same kind of chemistry among the cast and the DM. Like all the awesome role play in game, which honestly that speaks to the phenomenal chemistry, right, of the cast both on screen and off. Because I'll be honest with you, I follow every one of them on socials, absolutely. And I see their passion for being a good force of good in the world, you know, each in their individual way. And they take care of each other offline as well. So that power of that yes and that's a thing that you know, because I'm an actress, as you may know, that yes and is an improv tool, and it's also like the way of life, I feel like, on the whole show, because that is really strong. That vibe is really strong with this group. And as characters, you've got all 5 adventurers. They're friends with each other. They call each other out like real friends do. When, like, you know, when you're in your circle of friends, when you have that one person that doesn't act in the group's best interest or even in their own best interest, you know what I mean? They're not afraid to call each other out on that. And they help each other, support each other through some hard stuff. So, and I mean, besides that, I mean, Jeff's DMing just blows my mind every time. And it's you know, it's from his voices for the NPCs. And also I feel like he has his own way of being a friend to all the other players, because, you know, it's almost like a little family that you develop when you're in a drama troupe or a comedy troupe. You know, as actors, you spend enough time together and you start to really become a little family. And I feel that. I really do feel that. The way that he DMs, it's like he gives each of them, you know, puzzles to solve and ways to explore their characters, you know, just for their own enlightenment, you know, not just for our entertainment out here, but like for them, you know, to be able to, you know, figure out how they as a person might react to something, you know what I mean? It's a level of friendship and camaraderie that it's really great to see on any tabletop table, you know? So I feel like he strikes that perfect balance between challenging his players, right? And rewarding them when they figure things out. And he allows them each to shine in their own way.
Yes.
I
So
agree. I 100% agree with everything you said. Jared joked in chat, because Jared is watching. I don't know if you're staring at the chat or not.
Jared!
But Jared said, yeah, I call them out all the time for their drinking problems.
Yeah. You know, and then
Jared, I was gonna say real quick, Jared, since I know you weren't here in the beginning, you really have a video to watch, and I don't know if you missed it or not, but there's a video with your name on it. You should check it out. But, yeah.
Snap! All right now. Thanks for that heads up. Yes, sir.
Good luck, Jared. Please don't get mad. We love you.
Oh my goodness. and
why don't you tell everybody a little bit about who your favorite character is, because I know you and I kind of hashed out the conversation, but I really loved our conversation about it, so I kind of want you to share a little bit about that.
Oh, let me tell you, Lily is my girl. Lily is bae. Lily is my girl all day, all yay, and it's because she's the mama bear of the group. And just from my personal perspective, I resonate with her the most because I'm usually that person in my close circle of friends that's called upon to be that type of facilitator. So, you know, the facilitator, the organizer, the confidant. I mean, I just identify with her that closely just because it matches with what I go through in real life. And sometimes it's difficult. Like here lately, especially because of all the time jumping that they've been doing, that absolutely revolves around her hometown, her home island. It's difficult when you have a person that does their best to always be that beacon for other people and to be positive, have positive energy, on a constant basis. It hits hard when something that devastating hits you like that, to be able to keep up that positive energy. And but I gotta say, I mean, Lily handles it like a diva. I mean, it's just it's that side of you that people rarely see. And so a lot of times it promotes a negative impact because people don't know how to handle you. They don't know, like they'll start handling you with kid gloves, like, oh, and suddenly become afraid of dealing with you. And I'll tell you that to me would be extremely devastating because I'm a social person. I like being around people, and I like listening to people's stories. And as an actress, I like being able to tell people's stories. So when you have a character like Lily that, she has all that positive energy usually, and then she's forced to make these difficult, like almost maniacal choices that she's got to choose between her friends and the good of the world, that puts you in a hot seat that not a lot of people understand. There's plenty of folks that are ready to say, quickly say, oh, well, I know what I would do in that situation, until they're in that situation.
Exactly. And everything and everything you've ever cared about could potentially be in a much better light. It's hard to make that decision. It's terrible. I don't wish that on anyone. If you know how two different lines could go, how the fork in the road will actually go on both sides. It's a hard decision.
Yep.
So definitely. I love how your love for Lily is so personal because of how you relate. And I want to say, like, from how much I know you and seen you, I can so see you being like the Lily and the mom of the group. I can so see it. I see it. So I think that's beautiful how the characters also do a really good job at being relatable for different people and different watchers. So I think it's really fun how like you and Lily connect like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have to, for those that don't know me closely enough, a lot of times when folks ask me a question or they ask me for my advice, I often have to tell them, all right, since you don't know me very well, would you rather what you'd like to hear? Exactly. Or would you like the tough love answer?
I don't even give him that option. I just go. It's either I stay silent or I just go at it. Whatever I feel like at the moment is either right or whatever I just feel like doing at the moment. I'm that blunt friend that people are just like, okay, she's a realist.
Yep, I hear you.
Sugarcoating is not really something that I'm good at, and I don't think I ever will. I'm that strong tea that everyone wants to enjoy, but has a hard time enjoying it sometimes.
Interesting analogy. I've never heard that one before. Cher, I know it's super late where you're at already, and I apologize. I told you I can't keep the time schedule, save my life, and we've had a great time tonight, so I'm not sorry about it. But I do want you to have time to tell everybody about some of the amazing things that you're doing and that you're involved in right now, because I know you're very passionate about it, and I find it very inspiring. So why don't you share with you?
Well, I do appreciate that, ladies. I will say right now, you can find me on Facebook. I'm at facebook.com/actress Cher. On Twitter, I'm at Gamer Cher. And on Instagram and Twitch, I'm at that gamer share. So at me, bro, let's chat anytime. And if you need graphic design, web design, 3D printing, I also have my own website and my own design consultancy. You can check out my website at brandyoulove.com. And that's BRAND, the letter U, LOVE.com.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. You never told me that part.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, well, that would be one of my questions then. Shoot. All right. I have to come up with my own 3 questions then. If you guys ever ask me 3 questions, for you to find out which one is the false one. But as far as streams that I'm on, I am featured as Risa, your stoic tabaxi monk, on Tales of Arklandia, and that's 7 p.m. Eastern every Friday on twitch.tv/nerdlandiag. And there's a new initiative that I'm part of. Ladies, let me tell you, I'm so excited about this. There is a lovely group of gamer ladies that I'm a proud member of, called Ladies of D&D. And our mission is to create a safe space, a resource hub, and a community for women, non-binary, and gender fluid folks. And it's all about people who are interested in learning about D&D and TTRPGs, but you don't know where to start. And we're creating this network of both newbie and veteran players. So we're sharing resources, setting up discussion panels. We're doing charity streams, and you can check us out if you go to check out our website, ladiesofdnd.com. And right now we're doing a fundraiser. So you can click the link to support us. If you're able, please support our ladies in the gaming space, either by donating or signal boosting. Please, both are very important to us. So we just thank you in advance for your time and your generosity. And check this out. We also have a Twitch channel. I'll be, matter of fact, on our Twitch channel, we have a couple of streams there coming up soon. I'll be your swinging siren on Ultramarines, which is an underwater adventure. So check me out. And that's going to be this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And again, that's twitch.tv/ladiesofdnd for that one. And also, and on August 30th, we're going to have an ongoing, we're going to continue our ongoing Infernal/Celestial campaign.
Oh,
and on that, yep. And on that one, I'm Sombra, your saucy tiefling sorcerer. And that's also at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we've got a lot going on. Definitely. So please, by all means, keep up with us.
Yeah, and I think it's great, everything that you do. Again, I don't know if you can see chat, but everyone in chat thinks that that's really awesome. People are saying yes, share, yes. Some people gave balloons in honor of Ladies of D&D. It really is an awesome project, and I fully support it. And I'm really glad. I think it's very empowering. I'm really glad you guys are doing it, and it's very empowering. It really is, because we need more ladies in D&D overall. We do.
Heck yeah, absolutely. And of course, you ladies are more than welcome anytime. Just reach out to me. We've got to get you on there, you know, and include you guys in the mix. Absolutely.
Girl, let's set a time, set a place. We'll figure it out. I will gladly help support and do all of it. Because I took your amazing hints. Before we let you go, let's end your segment on your own 2 truths and 1 lie. Because I know you wanted to get on it. I know you did.
All right. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right. Here's okay. I think I've got the first one is I've gone skydiving. And then the second one is my favorite color is red. And hashtag Meep shirt. See, I'm repping. You know I'm repping tonight. You know that. Come on now. And the last one, I once played piano in front of hundreds of people?
Okay, I'll give Ingrid a second, even though I'm pretty confident on which one it is.
I think it's jumping out of an airplane.
Ooh, chat
All
says
right.
piano, skydiving. Someone says they have absolutely no idea because your face is very convincing. I'm gonna say your favorite color is not red.
And that, my dear Fail Waffle, you have won the prize because as much red as I'm wearing tonight, I'm wearing it to match my lovely Meep shirt. But my actual favorite color is purple.
Hey!
Which again, I knew that. Man, I am. Don't challenge me, people. Don't challenge me. Yeah, I had a feeling. That was well played. That was well played.
I actually have played piano in front of hundreds of people. I'm originally from New York, and there's Carnegie Hall, which is a famous symphony house up there. There's
I know
plenty
about
of
Carnegie Hall. It's something that us musicians have always been dreaming about.
There you go. And there's an annex that's right down the block called they used to call it Little Carnegie. I'm not even sure if they still have it there anymore. But at Little Carnegie, I played when I was, oh gosh, I had to have been maybe 12 years old, I believe. I used to attend Harlem School of the Arts from when I was age 5 up until age 14. Just about. And I had a recital there where I actually played piano. I used to play classical piano. So I played in front of hundreds of people. And then as far as skydiving, yes, I have been skydiving. And I've lived to tell the tale. When I tell you it was the closest to God that you can get this side of the veil, because it was a beautiful morning. It was early morning. It was a clear morning, and you could just see for miles and miles, just over the tops of trees and everything. It was for real. When you're about to step off the plane. But my girlfriend and I went, and we were celebrating her birthday. Went with her. Because her sister actually chickened out, and we had tandem instructors strapped behind us. So we were fine, They weren't expecting us to be experts, right out the gate. But it was the most blissful, event in my life. And I'll go again. Now ask me if I want to go bungee jumping, though.
That's a heck no, because I'm pretty sure I'd get that rope wrapped around my neck and I'd be done.
Right?
That's just a whole lot of nope right there. I'll jump out of a plane, but nope, I'm not gonna get strangled.
Yes.
Well, I find that interesting. We'll talk more about that later, Cher. I find that very interesting. But I do want to thank you again. Thank you again for coming on here and hanging with us. It really was just a more chillaxed hangout ladies night. I think it was nice. I think it was appreciated. And I appreciate you so much for taking the time to come on here and hang out with us. You are seriously.
I am so glad that you guys invited me on, and it's been fun watching. It's always fun watching you guys when I can make it, and being on the show. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. And I hope everybody in chat is having a great night.
They are. Hopefully, they are. I'm gonna say it, they are. No, I wanna let you go with something that you and I definitely tackled last night, which is the fact that the cast does it, we do it, we all take care of each other, and it's beautiful and it's lovely, and I freaking love each and every one of you. So, with that said, let's all end the show together, guys. Humankind.
Be both.
Be both.